What happens when one of Korea's most powerful industries, the advertising world, suddenly unites in an unexpected decision? Why are countless brands turning their focus on one man? And what could possibly be the reason behind Jungkook's surprising reaction that has become the very heartbeat of online debates? If you are curious about the shifting winds in Korea's cultural and commercial landscape, this story will pull you into its emotional storm. Before diving deeper, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any twist in this ongoing drama, because the revelations that follow will leave you questioning what you thought you knew about fame, loyalty, and the unseen rivalry between idols. The sudden wave of attention toward Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, has ignited an explosion of intrigue, not only within fandom spaces, but across mainstream media, fashion, lifestyle, and corporate boardrooms. The stunning consensus among top-tier Korean brands to select Taehyung as their chosen face for campaigns feels like an orchestrated phenomenon rather than a coincidence. His aura, already magnetic in the world of music and artistry, seems to have transcended into something beyond celebrity, something that brands describe as trustworthy elegance and authentic power. And yet, just when the industry crowned him as the golden muse, all eyes turned toward another figure, Jungkook, his groupmate, whose subtle but undeniable reaction has sparked a tidal wave of speculation, amusement, and even division among fans. Could Jungkook's response have been one of envy, one of brotherly pride, or perhaps something deeper, something that only the 7 members of BTS could ever fully understand? The questions linger like smoke in the air, feeding thousands of online discussions. Fans replayed clips, dissected interviews, analyzed expressions, and clung to every breath that Jungkook exhaled during recent public appearances. The headlines were immediate and relentless. Jungkook's glance, admiration, or hidden bitterness? Taehyung crowned brand king. Jungkook's smile raises questions. Brotherhood or rivalry? Fans debate over Jungkook's reaction. The moment Korea's brands consolidated around Taehyung, it felt like a cultural event. From luxury fashion houses to lifestyle beverages, from skincare giants to high-tech electronics, Taehyung's image appeared in every corner. Subway stations beamed with his campaigns. Billboards lit up highways with his flawless face, and digital ads splashed across streaming platforms. Consumers didn't just see him as an endorser. They began to associate everyday products with his identity, creating a new kind of cultural currency where owning Taehyung meant owning elegance. This phenomenon has been described as the Taehyung effect, and industry analysts point to skyrocketing sales whenever his campaigns launch. But what about Jungkook? Known as the Golden Maknae, beloved for his all-rounder abilities and his undeniable star power, he had often been the first choice for global campaigns. His collaborations with international brands, such as Calvin Klein, and his dominance in music charts, solidified his image as the ultimate trendsetter. Yet as Taehyung became the unanimous darling of domestic Korean brands, the gaze shifted. When fans caught Jungkook's slight smirk and thoughtful eyes in one particular broadcast, the online sphere erupted. Was it pride in his brother's success? Or was it a flicker of doubt, a shadow of competitiveness that no one ever expected to see in BTS? These questions have emotional gravity because BTS has always presented themselves as a united family, bonded beyond mere work relationships. To imagine even the slightest fissure between them feels shocking. And yet, the beauty of this narrative is not in confirming rivalry, but in unraveling the complexity of emotions that come with global fame, shared spotlight, and the unpredictable nature of endorsements. Netizens, of course, were quick to project their own interpretations. Some painted Jungkook as quietly competitive, while others saw him as the proud older brother figure despite being younger. Still, others argued that it was the media itself that twisted the narrative, exploiting micro-expressions into viral headlines. What cannot be denied is the emotional power this moment carried. The image of Jungkook reacting, smiling, pausing, blinking, shifting, became symbolic of the larger story of how fame is navigated, how friendships are tested, and how the commercial world often pits stars against one another, without ever needing to say it out loud. For Taehyung, the overwhelming recognition from Korea's branding ecosystem feels like a coronation, proof of his unmatched allure. For Jungkook, The narrative placed upon him has become both unfair and inevitable. Unfair because his own legacy is monumental. Inevitable because the human heart cannot resist searching for tension. As the days passed, fan communities grew more divided. Some cheered Taehyung's dominance, posting endless streams of his campaigns, declaring that he was finally receiving the recognition he deserved. Others defended Jungkook, pointing out that he had already established himself on a global scale and didn't need the validation of local brands. Jungkook is beyond this, one fan commented. He is already a global face. Taehyung deserves Korea. Jungkook deserves the world. But still, the comments beneath every article carried one central theme. People wanted to know what Jungkook really felt. The truth, perhaps, lies in the quiet way Jungkook continues his journey. He has never been one to seek the spotlight through words. His silence itself is powerful. And maybe that is why the narrative around his reaction holds so much fascination. It is the silence that allows fans to write their own interpretations. Taehyung, meanwhile, embraces his new role with grace, showing in interviews that he is both grateful and humbled, acknowledging the fans who elevate his every move. The emotional climax of this saga rests not in rivalry, but in reflection. It is a story of two men who have walked the same path, who have shared the same dreams, and who are now watching those dreams take different forms. It is a story of fans who care so deeply that even the subtlest glance can feel like a revelation. And it is a story of brands, power, and the cultural obsession with faces that symbolize more than just products. They symbolize identity, aspiration, and belonging. So what does Jungkook truly think? Will Taehyung's reign as Korea's brand darling continue unchallenged? Or is this simply one chapter in an ongoing narrative, where each member of BTS shines in their own way, sometimes together, sometimes apart, but always bound by a thread that cannot be broken? These questions keep the debate alive, fueling curiosity, driving speculation, and ensuring that this story will not fade quickly. And now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you believe Jungkook's reaction was pride, envy, or something no headline can capture? Do you think Korea's brands made the right decision in crowning Taehyung as their chosen face? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like this story if it captivated you. And don't forget to subscribe to stay connected with every twist in this ongoing saga of fame, friendship, and the unseen emotions that lie beneath the spotlight. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next big news about Jungkook and BTS. Your support means everything. See you in the next video.